welcome to the Power Professional Entertainment Network. I'm Jacob, and today I'm joined by Alex and Cam as we cover MLB Power Pros World Series Game 5. After an electric Game 4, anything could happen. Alex?
Yeah, Game 4 was incredible. If you haven't already, take a second and go watch Games 1 through 4. Welcome back here, and I really hope you enjoyed it. There were some great plays in there. Anyway, after a game that went into extra innings here, we now are ready for Game 5, and it could be a decider here, as the Fresno Flyers do have the advantage 3-1. So, with that being said, let's get into the lineups. For the away team, Fresno Flyers, they will be leading off this time with the catcher Skip Marlowe, followed by Jonathan Diamond in center field. Van Hecken is out in left field. Winnie DePoo is over at third base, followed by Terry Triples at first. Christian Yates is over at second base. A.A. Ron the second is the DH, followed by Xavier Owens out in right field, and Corky Trask is at short. And if you're wondering, where's Tyler Yates at? Normally he's the shortstop for the team. Well,
second base.
Tyler Yates, second base for the team, my apologies. He is the starting pitcher at this, so we're bringing back to the Super Sitch starters game. So back just like Game 1. Here, Tyler Yates is on the bump here for the Flyers. And then for the home team, the Blank Supremes will be leading off with the center fielder Kevin Nogilny. Then it's the second base and Steve Dork. Tank Dagwell is in the number 3 position, batting as the DH, followed by Bobson Dugnut, the catcher. Tim Sendayel is the right fielder, followed by Sean Furcott as the shortstop. Sleeve McDykel batting 7th at third base, followed by Willie Dustis in left, and Rexford Vickford is the first baseman, rounding out the starting 9, and Daryl Archideld takes the mound one more time here in Game 5.
And now Cam for the ability of the day.
Okay, so I have 2 abilities for the day. I have ground ball pitcher, this ability, Darf's hitter's power, and trajectory. Only one pitcher on the Flyers doesn't have ground ball pitcher. It's a mop-up man. And all of the Blank Supremes pitchers have ground ball pitcher. But we'll be talking about over and over again, why are the Blank Supremes not scoring as much as the Flyers? And I think that could be put down to this ability called Trash Talk. Trash Talk is an ability that only Skip Marlowe has. It is a catcher-specific ability that you could get from either a book or from Emily's arc. And in that ability, it lowers the hitter's power. So it is kind of another addition of ground ball pitcher. Just like Battler is kind of a weakened part of ground ball pitcher. So I think that might be why we're seeing less hits and extra base hits from the Blank Supremes.
That make a lot of sense here, and honestly for them, like, they really need an offensive game here today, because you take a look at the last game, losing it 2-1. Here, they had every chance to win and just could not pull it out here when it mattered most. Here, so if they want to stay alive in this series and force a Game 6, the offense is going to have to step up here. And one thing that's been interesting with that is having Sean Furcott as the shortstop for this. Go back to Game 1. Sean Furcott was the shortstop, and he went 2 for 3 in that game with a double and a home run. He's not been able to play since then, and now he gets another chance to play here in Game 5.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see Sean Furcott in the lineup. I think the manager might have some mixed feelings about Portugal's performance there in that last out, but kind of set him up to fail there in the last game. Spoiler alert for the last game, by the way, if you haven't watched it yet. So it'll be really interesting to see what Furcott's going to add back to this lineup now that Archidel's back on the mound.
If it's anything like we saw back in Game 1, he could be a difference maker.
And if we look at his archetype, he's based off of sits, regular sits, not super sits. And Christian Yates II has the same ratings and around the same abilities as Furcott, so we'll see.
Huh. It's going to be an interesting game. And without further ado, let's go on to Game 5 of the Power Pros World Series. And we are at the top of the first in Game 5 of the World Series. Archidel on the mound, Skip Marlowe in the batter's box, Doug Nutt catching, Jacob, myself, commentating. Count is 1-1. Throws a 2-seam fastball low. Skip Marlowe watching the ball coming in very carefully. takes a big cut. It's going to go back. No, Gilney will get there to get the first out of the game.
Yeah, he took a massive hack on that one and just put as much of an uppercut as you can get, but didn't get enough of the out. Just got a little too much of the up.
We just saw the salt shake going there. A little bit of off-speed action from Archideld. He is going to hit a ball into the dirt. McDykel's going to grab it. The throw to first to Vickford, and he's going to get the out at first. Van Hecken up to bat.
Great play there by the third baseman McDykel.
Archideld's been having a great inning on the mound. Granted, it is the first, but a great inning nonetheless. Van Hecken gets a cut of it, but Dork is going to be right there to take the cut away. Signed, sealed, delivered from Archideld. That is 3 outs. Now we are heading to the bottom of the first. So, Alex and Cam, what are you guys most excited for in this game while we're seeing this?
I want to see another pitcher's duel. I want to see Tyler Yates and Mr. Archideld to give us a shutout.
Absolutely, yeah. 2 amazing pitchers. Yates got 12 strikeouts his last time up. I want to see if he can match anything like that this time.
He's really firing these in here, and I remember this from game 1, too. Kevin O'Gilney gets a piece of it down to Terry Triples. Terry Triples will touch first to rob Kevin O'Gilney of a signal. Dork up to bat. Takes that first pitch as a circle changeup, watching very carefully. Hits another grounder to Yates the second, which will go to Terry Triples. Terry Triples seeing a lot of play in this first inning.
Yates, great play, ranging over to his right to make that. Solid play.
Tank Dagwell is now up to bat. He's had a very on and off performance in the playoffs, and that is not helping. Will he beat the throw? No, he will not.
I mean, we knew the answer to that question back a few games ago, but
you gotta believe. You gotta believe in something.
I believe in Joe Hendry. That's what I believe in.
Up now to the plate is Winnie DePoo. Archideld with the throw. Low with a 2-seam fastball. Count is 1-0. Winnie DePoo takes a big cut. Willie Dustis is going to get there. Will he get there in time? No, he will not. That will be a foul ball for strike 1.
I think there's a very real conversation that Winnie DePoo could be the MVP of the entire World Series if the Flyers do end up winning it.
I think that's a very real conversation. One that could happen, for sure. Terry Triples up to bat. It's very funny that he plays first base with the name of Terry Triples. Takes the first pitch for a ball. Archideld's really trying to lead.
Terry Triples is named after the Terry Triples in, success mode.
Oh, very clever.
You'll love to see it.
Very clever, Cam. Christian Yates the second up to bat.
That should be like a challenge, is to take the Terry bill to see if you can make an inside the park home run.
The ball goes to Dork, then goes to Vickford. Both first basemen seeing a lot of play in these first few innings.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's all we've seen so far.
Bobson Dugnut is up to the plate. He's not in a very good mood. Yeah,
I was about to say, he's got the purple.
Yeah, you could tell from the batting stance. You can tell from he is going to get a little piece of the ball, but it's going to go right to Corky Trask. Tim Sendael is up to bat, number 5 in the lineup. So far, no hits have been recorded, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Everyone has been
Yates
retired.
with the throw. Count is 1-1. Sendael takes a big cut on a knuckler low there. I wonder what that good job pitch is.
Slider.
Slider. Makes sense.
Thank you, Cam. This is why you're the abilities guy. Shown for caught up to bat. As mentioned by Alex in the pregame, went 2 for 3 in the first game. His presence has been sorely missed, so I'm excited to see what he'll do here.
Yeah, he's my pick to click for this game here for the Burn Supremes.
Hits a comebacker to Yates, but Yates does not care. He gets that.
That was.
And throws it to first to make the out.
That's a good reflexes coming to.
That ball was hit on the button.
AA Ron, the second, is now up to bat. Archidel's done a pretty good job of keeping them hitless. The same as Tyler Yates, really. We're seeing an equal matchup here. Throws 2 strikes.
Just like Cam said, the good reflex is really showing on that. Play.
Yeah. The pitch. And he is going to hit a shallow line drive. Kevin O'Gilney will grab it and throw it to Furcott to hold the runner at first. Xavier Owens, we haven't seen him since the first game, I believe.
Yeah, Stinky's only player that's seen any playing time. Right fielder based off of Jonathan.
Very sad.
Xavier Owens, last time he played, he went 1 for 3 with a single and a strikeout.
Takes a big cut. That's a foul ball with some heat behind it. Count is 2-2. Archidale tries to get him low with a knuckle curve. He's going to throw to hold the runner at first. Goes for the wind-up. The throw. And that will be low for a walk. I think that's the third walk of the whole series.
I believe we've had a few more than 3, but I see the sentiment, yes.
I'll say at least 3. Count is 1-1. Trask hits it to Furcott. They will not be able to turn the double play. Man, they've got the Supremes in a bad situation here. Runners on first and third with Skip Marlowe up to the bat. We're now back at the top of the lineup. Gets 2 big
Marlowe
cuts.
has clutch hit 5 here.
And especially with clutch hit 5. That's not a situation you want to be in as a pitcher. Marlowe. Tim Sandael is going to make the catch. What a nab, throwing it to first to hold the runner there. Jonathan Diamond is now up, still in this bad position, but with 2 outs, it's a little better.
Good again, clutch hit 5 here.
Man, Archidale has had this really funny coincidence that's happened where he's thrown 2 strikes, and a hit is going to make it just there. He's going for third. Will the throw be in time? It will. And that will get us out of the 3rd inning for the Flyers.
And that will disable Archidale's battler if the Blank Supremes cannot tie or get a run.
A tall task for sure against a pitcher as great as Tyler Yates. Steve McDykel, the one-handed wonder, is now up to bat. He had a home run that tied the game in Game 4. Count is 2-1. And it's really interesting when he sees the ball coming out, he tucks his head down. That's a very interesting approach. But it's now a full count.
The mental idea of I can't see the ball, you can't see the ball.
Precisely. And he saw it go right into the glove of Van Hecken for the first out of the bottom of the 3rd. Willie Dustis up to bat. Takes a strike high. It seems like he disagreed with the call there, but you don't get much of a choice. There's no challenge system in this game yet, or ever. Count is 2-1. He's able to get a piece of it, but unfortunately it is going to go foul. Really risky take there. It's now full count. And he's going to hit it right in the gap. Jonathan Diamond's going back for it. He's going to stay at second.
Big double there by Willie Dustis.
Yeah.
They're able to finally find a pitch he likes. And when you're against a pitcher like Tyler Yates, just trying to get any amount of traction is going to be tough. But now you have Rexford Vickford, who has honestly struggled throughout this World Series.
Vickford has clutch at 5, so maybe that can help a little bit in this at bat.
He clutched it to get the runner on third. So now we got runners in scoring position. Kevin O'Gilney, one of the most consistent producers of hits, runs, and everything of the above. And he gets the hit that I said he was going to. He's rounding second. Will the throw be in time? It will not. Kevin O'Gilney producing another RBI to add to his extensive collection in this series. And the game is now tied 1-1.
And that's about as clutch as you could get, especially after giving up a run in the last inning. You had to do something in order to make sure you didn't fall too much farther behind.
Or lose battle there.
It's good to see and it's good to see the Supremes playing with that. Gilney is going to round third, and they are not going to make an attempt to throw home. The score is now 1-2.
Another RBI to take the lead.
And that will take away the battler for Yates.
And another steal attempt. And another
caught stealing.
He just could not. Another caught stealing. You know those walls they have up in convenience stores, like the wall of shame?
Yeah.
There's a very extensive one for this game, and I'm going to hand it over to Alex for the play-by-play.
All right, thank you very much. Here, Van Hecken laying things off here, top half of the fourth, as now the Supremes lead it, score 2-1. Next pitch on the way here is driven deep down the left field line, but that'll hook foul. So that brings the count now to 1-1.
You saw Bobson's eyes there, like, kind of get real big. He thought that was going.
And now a line drive right up the middle, right past the outstretched glove, but for cut. That's a leadoff base hit for Van Hecken. So now they'll bring up Winnie DePoo, excuse me. So right now, this one, Archidel just trying to keep the lead here on this, has now 0-2. The next pitch on the way is a high pop-up, foul territory, but Dugnut has space. He's there, and he makes the catch. In time for the out, quick throw down over to first, but nothing doing. So that'll bring up Terry Triples.
And Cam, I believe Archidel's battler is back in effect now,
Yep,
correct?
it will be. As long as he doesn't give up more than 2 runs, and he has a tie or a lead.
So right now, gives up another single to Terry Triples right up the middle, as now that's going to bring up Christian Yates up to the dish with 1 out and runners on at first and second. First pitch on the way, lined right back up the middle, taken by Furcott. He has it on the line for the second out, and a big second out here as that'll bring him to AA on the second. First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0 the count. Making it 2-0 now. Finally hits it on the knuckleball.
Clutch at 5, but he does have rally hitter.
Could be useful here. Does a line drive, just misses being fair. 2-2. Just misses on the salt shake. Full count, 3-2. Runners will be taking off. The pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3, and that is about as clutch of a strikeout as Daryl Archidel could get. So no runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 errors and 2 men left on. Heading to the bottom of the fourth, Supremes lead at 2-1.
Dare I say Archidel's having a much better game than game 1.
First pitch grounded as I grounded to the shortstop. Here, that's Trask, and he will make the easy play to end the first batters. Now that's going to bring up Bobson Dugnuts. Takes first pitch for a strike. Now the good job. Bubbles it out at 1-1. Again, the mood for Dugnuts here going to be a key factor here. The 2-1 swung on and missed on the fastball. Levels up the count. Now 2-2. Next on the way, ground ball, and that one will just go foul. So we'll try it once more, 2-2. That one misses. A good eye there by Dugnut. Full count, 3-2, the payoff. Swung on and missed on the good job for strike 3. Another strikeout there for Tyler Yates, the strikeout artist, as that'll bring up Tim Sendael, who struck out his last time up. Fastball taken for a strike, 0-1. The knuckler misses outside. By the way, I did a little bit of note checking a little bit ago. There have actually so far been 8 walks throughout this entire World Series.
It just happens so rarely that I lost count.
So I'm with you on that one. As next pitch swung on and missed on the knuckleball. So 1-2-3 go the Supremes as we head to the top half of the 5th inning. The Blank Supremes still lead a score 2-1. Xavier Owens ready to lead things off here for the Flyers. Faced off against Daryl Archidel, still with the battler ability as the first pitch misses for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. On the way, the next one, fastball, still chiming in at the high, in the low 90s. Misses now low for ball 2.
He is on
Two-seamer finds his zone. Now a line drive right back up the middle as no Gillen can't make it in time. He's got to play it off of a hop for a leadoff base hit. We've seen this really come to bite Archidel a number of times, but he's been good about evading any sort of damage with that. This is actually, in fact, now the 3rd inning in a row that has led off with a base hit. Is now the next one, a line drive right down left field line. That's going to go for a base hit. Throw down to third base is not in time here. So that's a double for Corky Trask, excuse me. As now that'll bring up Skip Marlowe up as now he lines this one into shallow center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Scoring first on the play is Owens. As now Trask is in and he is safe. That's a 2 RBI double for Skip Marlowe. And just like that, the Fresno Flyers take a 3-2 lead.
And that will disable...
And there goes Battler.
That will disable... Yeah, there goes Battler. Exactly.
So now that's going to bring out Jonathan Diamond as the first pitch, a strike.
With clutch hit 5 in effect here.
0-2 the count. Next on the way, ground ball, and the dive in by McDykel. He has it, looks to tag, but can't quite get it. So that's just going to be an infield base hit. And on the play, Skip Marlowe will make it over to third. Still no outs, and we're starting to see Daryl Archideld showing some signs of fatigue after doing so well earlier. So now first pitch, assault shake. Now we have a throw down to second base, and he is out. Another caught stealing there. Bobson Dugnut not letting the motivation hinder him. Now this is a liner right over to Furcott. He's there and makes the grab. And just like that, now there are 2 outs here in the 5th. Still runner on at third, just 90 feet away. As now against Winnie Dapu. First pitch misses for a ball. Now 1-1 the count, 2 outs. Well, it looked truly dire a moment ago. It's now looking a lot more manageable. 1-2, now a liner into left field. That's going to go for another base hit, possibly extra bases. Scoring first now is Marlowe. Throwing to second base is not in time, so another RBI double here for the Flyers, and that's going to bring in a new pitcher as Sid Finch will now come in to pitch as Daryl Archideld's day is officially done.
Sid Finch,
that's tough.
Ratings and abilities-wise, is by far their best pitcher, so it's a good swell.
Sid Finch, we saw him earlier in the series as the first pitch is the screwball. Taking for a strike. Another one misses high. 1-1 now. Next pitch, hot, drive into center field. No, Gilney is there and through the outstretched glove makes the play for the third and final out, but 3 runs come across here for the Flyers as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The score is 4-2 with Fresno ahead. So now Sean Furcott leading things off here now as I believe Tyler Yates now has battler again, but now we have a line drive into left center field. That's going to be a base hit. Leadoff single there for Sean Furcott here making the most of his limited time as that'll bring up the one-hand wonder sleeve McDykel. 0-1 the count.
McDykel seemed to disagree and
It will play with pivot man.
That is a 6-4-3 double play. Here, you hate to see that if you're a Supremes fan. The next pitch on the way is driven into center field, but right there is Jonathan Diamond. And probably the quickest inning we have seen almost all tournaments has now taken place, as that one was 4 pitches. So now we head to the top of the 6th. 4-2 the score. Sid Finch up, first pitch on the way here to Christian Yates, taking for a strike.
Yates has this.
Ground ball over to the shortstop. That's Furcott. He's there, makes the easy play over to first base for Vickford. His next pitch on the way to A.A. Ron, who is 1 for 2 on the day with a run scored and a strikeout. 1-1 now the count. Next pitch on the way. Taken for a ball, a little high. Looking now 3-1. Trying to work that screwball and the fastball together. Gets the count full now 3-2. The payoff on the way. The line drive into right field, right past the glove of Dork. And that is a 1-out single for A.A. Ron and his second single of the day. Xavier Owens is 1 for 1 with a single, a walk, and a run scored, as well as a caught stealing. Next pitch. Gets away from the catcher here, Dugnut, and so A.A. Ron will advance on the wild pitch.
That will enable clutch hit 4 by Owens here.
Owens now fouls off the next one. 1-2 the count. Next pitch on the way. Misses low. 2-2. 4-2 your score here in the top half of the 6th. Next pitch misses. Full count. The payoff. Ground ball as taken. That's by Dork. Throws over to first in time for the out. Just takes the easy 4-3. And on the play, A.A. Ron the second moves over to third. So that'll bring up Corky Trask.
Trask has his clutch hit 5 here.
Count quickly, 0-2 here on Trask. 0-2. Just misses on the screwball, 1-2.
And he's firing these pitches in here.
Yeah, absolutely working quickly. Now it's a high drive into shallow right, but Sandael is there, and he makes the catch, so no runs on 1 hit. No errors and 1 man left on. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. The score is 4-2. Tyler Yates still in the ball game here, faces off against the number 9 hitter in Reckford Vickford. Vickford, excuse me. His first pitch misses for ball 1.
Vickford has table setter here.
Next pitch, the good job. Swung missed. Swung missed. The next on the way. A knuckle misses for ball 2. Swung on and missed. The circle change. Was expecting that one to be a little bit higher. Now the next pitch swung on and fouled into the glove of the catcher there, Marlowe, for strike 3. Another strikeout there for Yates. That brought him at the top of the order, New Gilney. Next pitch, the good job misses. Count goes to 2-0. New Gilney is 1 for 2 with a double, an RBI, and a run scored. The 2-1. Misses for ball 3, 3-1. Now the count to New Gilney. Good job, finds his way in the zone. Full count again. This next one's fouled off here. No Gilney gonna be fighting, trying to get something going here for the Supremes. This next pitch swung on and missed on the good job for strike 3. Another strikeout there for Tyler Yates. We're seeing the symposium of his since coming back from game 1. His first pitch taken for strike 1. 2-2. Excuse me, 2 outs, 2-1 the count. Next pitch on the way. Swung on and missed on the knuckle, was way ahead of it. His next pitch swung on and missed as Tyler Yates strikes out the side. We now head to the 7th inning, 4-2 the score. I will hand it back over to Jacob for the play-by-play.
Thank you, Alex. I forgot how dominant Tyler Yates was in that first game.
Absolutely insane.
The pitch from Sid Finch. Count is 2-0. Sid Finch is really just firing these pitches in here. Trying not 3 balls. I respect the speed. I would like it to be aimed a little better. Finally is able to locate that first strike, 3-1. The pitch. Another strike. It can be now a full count against Skip Marlowe. He takes a big cut and he gets him for the first out of the inning. Next up, Jonathan Diamond.
Guess he just had a plan and he made it work.
Yep. Strike 1. He's able to get a piece of that. That's going to go right in the gap. Willie Dustis and Kevin O'Gilney are going for it. Dustis is going to fire it in and try and hold the runner at second. Van Hecken is
in here with clutch hit 5.
Yeah, with clutch hit 5 in play, they could increase their lead here. He's going to get those 2 strikes in there, but can he get a third? Hecken takes a cut of it. The ball thrown to Vickford. Runner advances to third. Winnie DePoo up to bat. This could be really bad for the Supremes. Strike 1.
He also has clutch hit 5.
That ball is going back, but Willie Dustis will be there to catch it. That will be the 3rd out at the top of the 7th. Stretch your legs, ladies and gentlemen. It is the 7th inning stretch.
Oh, man, here. One thing to note as well here, now Jonathan Diamond is 3 for 4 in this game with 2 singles and a double here. And this has been a very interesting game in that way. Skip Marlowe only has 1 hit but has 2 RBIs from it here. But right now, I mean, Jonathan Diamond has just been an absolute menace here with a bat in his hands.
It's true. The Flyers have really offensively come back, and I think a big part of that is under the leadership of Tyler Yates on the mound. Tank Dagwell
Tyler is lucky, but
is up to bat.
helps with the hitting.
First pitch is thrown in there as a circle change for a strike. Good job. It lands a little outside for a ball. He's able to get a piece of it, but it is a foul. He's now at 2 strikes. Another knuckler in the dirt there. Takes a big cut but cannot connect. That is the first out of the inning.
4 strikeouts in a row now for Tyler Yates.
Yeah, he's getting hot, and that could be a big problem for the Springs, but he's starting to show some fatigue. Bobson Dugnut gets a big piece of it, but Yates is going to go back. Will he get it? Yes, he will.
And with that fatigue, he is losing Battler.
Big chance.
Dr. K is still in effect, right?
That was always in effect, yeah.
Yeah. First pitch for a ball. Skip Marlowe was a bit surprised at where that went. Gets a high strike called. Takes a big cut, but he can't hit it. Contact's made, but it goes in the wrong direction. That is a foul ball. Count is 2-2. It's going, gone! Tim Sandael hits a home run to decrease the deficit to 1.
And
that was shot 413 feet away.
And just to kind of play on what we said just a moment ago with Badler being gone, this was the ultimate time that you had to strike here. And Tim Sandael just said, hold my flyer, hold my supreme. And worked out well for him.
Kita is coming in to replace Tyler Yates after that home run. You know, I would say it's a shame to take someone out after a hit like that. But he was already getting tired, so I think this is the best play the Flyers could have made. I believe it is...
This is Sean
Really Dust is up to bat.
Nope, this is Sean Furcott.
This is Sean Furcott. They all look so similar. You know, sometimes you make a mistake. He is going to hit it in the gap, and he is going to make it to second for a sliding double.
And a beautiful hit there by Furcott here, getting his second hit of the ball game. Here for that one as well.
I just got so caught up with the beauty of that home run.
You got Furcott up in the ability of it?
Oh, Wertrigel's coming out.
I got... Oh, Wertrigel is going to come in as a pinch hitter. I really hope he doesn't try to steal.
Steal third.
McDykel's going to take a big cut of this, but Van Hecken will be there to catch the baseball. We are now heading to the top of the 8th. These last 2 innings are really going to matter for the Supremes and for the Flyers. Sid Finch still in the game, only recording 1 strikeout. The pitch is in there, 2-seam fastball.
Speaking of strikeouts, Tyler Yates finishes his day with only 7 strikeouts. Still a large number, but nowhere near the 12 he had in Game 1.
I mean, 12 is an inhuman amount. Right, you only see that once in a blue moon. It's hit to Wertrigel, to Vickford. It appears Wertrigel has become the new shortstop. It appears with him pinch running that has been made a defensive substitution as well.
He may be the better fielder up there.
That is true, and I think at this point, you're going to want that good fielding because I think they've got enough offense. Aaron's going to make contact here. Dork with the tag and the throw to Vickford. What an electric double play. Catch, tag, throw.
That
beautiful.
Yeah, you don't see that kind of double play very often here. The 4U3 is something you don't get to write in a book very often, I'll tell you that much.
Now this is Willie Dustis, and he's up to bat. Kita is still on the mound. First pitch is a drop curve thrown in for a ball. It's very interesting to see these breaking balls thrown in as a submariner because they have rise and then they drop. It must be incredibly difficult for these hitters to get a whiff of it.
Yeah, it's the reason why
count is 3-1.
It's the reason why pitchers like Tyler Rogers are so successful in the MLB without throwing 95 miles an hour.
Full count. Takes a big cut, but he cannot make contact. Vickford is up to the plate here. All he's got to do right now is get on base.
And Vickford's up a slump.
And he hits it into the gap. He's going, and he is going to make it for a stand-up double. What a great hit. Kevin O'Gilly,
wow.
The producer. The producer flies out to third. Wow. All right.
The producer just got produced.
Yeah. Dork is up to the plate with a runner on second, and it's only a 1-run difference. A double will tie this game if that's what they can do.
And Dork has clutch at 5.
So all he's got to do is just hit the baseball. Count is 2-1. And he is going to ground to Trask. That ball will now be dropped. Will be caught by the first baseman. And that is the last out of the 8th inning. We are now heading into the 9th. A very tense 9th inning indeed for the Supremes.
One thing to know for Vickford there, that was only his second hit all series.
Wow.
His other hit came in Game 1 here. Game 2, where he had a single in the 6th inning.
And I believe Vickford, he was a last-second replacement into the lineup, right?
Xavier Owens, it's going deep. Nogilny might get there. He's not going to catch it, but he will throw it in. And Xavier Owens will have a stand-up double. What a big hit. I thought that was going out of the park for a minute.
Yeah, and talk about also the players that haven't been able to play in the series right now. Again, between Xavier Owens and Sean Furcott Here, between the two of them, you now have 4 base hits and a walk.
Jay Watkins just came in as a pinch runner.
My Watkins also made by Stinky, seeing both of his players coming into the game. Up there.
Count is 2-0. Count is 3-0. Sid Finch is really struggling to locate the strike zone here. I lied. Count is 3-1. A leaping catch by McDykel. He unfortunately is not able to catch it, but in almost a more impressive feat of athleticism, he keeps it in front.
I mean, look,
stopping that from becoming a run. I mean,
yeah.
Hey, he didn't catch it, but he stopped it.
Yeah, that just stopped a run from coming in. You know, if you're a third baseman, even though you want to make that catch here, you take that every day of the week.
Sid Finch is starting to show some fatigue. This could be bad. Skip Marlowe is up to the plate.
Skip Marlowe has clutched at 5
to capitalize
with all these pickoffs.
He's going to run this time for sure. The throw home will it mean time? Oh! It will.
That is a ballsy decision there by the infielder.
But I think it was the right one. You know, there's 2 runners on. We got a runner in scoring position here. Sid Finch is getting a little tired of these batters. That last pitch was really tight. Count is 2-1. He's showing his fatigue. That is going to go over the head of the shortstop. Dustis is going to get it, fire it to third. That will allow another run to come in, but this is not over yet.
Yeah, just a well-struck ball here into left center field.
Yeah.
And at that point, like, the play now to go home on it definitely feels pretty strong.
And it looks like they're bringing in the lovely Scott, and Sid Finch's time is up.
Yeah, so, I mean, Sid Finch, I think he pitched pretty darn well, but now we get to see Grukak here come up.
We've got 2 runners in scoring position and 1 out. The Flyers could really just take this game and run with it here. That is going to go just shy of a home run. Foul ball for strike 2. The pitch. McDykel with a leaping catch is able to keep it in front and hold the runners where they lay.
Hey, McDykel, on the last
Beautiful.
one, he learned from his mistake, and even if you want to call it a mistake here, but big play there by McDykel.
Winnie the Pooh up to bat. This game could get opened right up. He's got to be very careful here. The count is 1-0. Count is 1-1. He's able to locate that outer roll low in the zone. A grounder to McDykel. The throw to first, and that will be the last out for the Flyers in the 9th inning. This is a very stressful position to be in if you are the Supremes. You're in a 2-run deficit. And frankly, this has not been... Oh, we have a big offensive switch here. Bubba McCoy is coming into close. And Jonathan Diamond and Jay Watkins are switching places from center field.
Yes, Watkins is a center fielder, and Diamond can play right field. Boy, the closer.
Oh no, we got Raul Chamberlain coming in for Dagwell.
Chamberlain.
Yeah, no, Chamberlain. Yeah, no, you're good. It's a weird name, don't worry.
Very interesting choice to sub out for Tank Dagwell in a moment like this. We know he has that power.
Tank Dagwell was 0-3.
That's also true. The count is 2-2.
Simprin does have them better.
Every pitch matters. He hits it just past where the catcher can get it. Well, that could have been.
Simprin has beat
Takes
contact.
it low, full count. He has another foul ball.
Raul is fighting. Raul do be fighting though. Nah, dang it. All right, very biased on that one. Don't care. That was biased in my boy.
Thompson Dugnut is up to the plate. 1 out. 1-0. Count is 2-0. Count is 2-1. Bubba McCoy is doing a really good job of setting up his pitches here.
We haven't seen Bubba McCoy since game
takes
1.
A cut on 2. Bobson Dugnut makes contact, but it's only to the second baseman. And he's going to throw it to first to get the out. Tim Sandael, he had a home run in his last up bat. He's now up. We're going to need to see another home run.
Tim Sandael right now as the Supremes are down their last out of the World Series.
and he makes contact for a grounder. Winnie the Pooh to first. He gets the out, and the Fresno Flyers take the World Series 4-1.
Yeah, and this one, you got to give credit to every side on this. The Flyers played absolutely incredible. Like, you can go back into the game one of all of this, and you had Tyler Yates here throwing 12 strikeouts. That really set the tone for the entire series. And so you look at this game that, dang, okay, you're able to get Tyler Yates after, 6 2/3 here. Then, okay, maybe you have a chance. You only threw 7 strikeouts. A much more mortal performance. But even then, you still have to overcome the rest of the offense here. And when you have guys like Jonathan Diamond, who in this game went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, 2 extra base hits, and 2 singles here. Absolutely incredible. Like, he's the offensive player of the game in my eyes here. But, the Fresno Flyers had themselves one heck of a series, and honestly, well-earned. They played their hearts
Well-earned
out.
indeed.
And it's revenge. The Flyers did lose the last World Series in a grueling Game 7 to the Mendenhalls, and it just feels good to have a win for once.
Absolutely, and look, you take a look at what it took to get here as well. They were fairly dominant all the way through. Like, they came out to it early 1-0, then 2-0, then they dropped game 3 here, and in order for that to happen, by the way, they had to have their starting the Mike Supremes had to have their starting pitcher, Mike Hernandez, go 5 1/3, 7 hits with no runs given up. So definitely was not the easiest task to do at that point. But then they took game 3 here in one that legitimately could have gone either way, went into extra innings, and then game 5 was as hard fought of a battle as you could get here. Like, you saw a lot of players being used, you saw a lot of pitchers get used, and both teams really put their front foot out.
Yeah, it was a really great performance from both sides. As biased as I am, as being a member of the Blank Supremes and creating the Blank Supremes, the Fresno Flyers were really just putting on a polished game of baseball the entire time. Like, from game 1, right, starting out really strong. And then even in game 2, where it was a little questionable, right, more questionable on behalf of what the Supremes had chosen to do. But they were still able to hold it down. In game 3, they lost it, but that happens.
I'd like to tell you a quote from Stinky, who was the leader of this team. "I'd love for everyone involved to come out of this tournament feeling good, except for Aki, when he loses, of course."
Man, that is definitely a quote. I actually also have some quotes from Aki. He was very happy, especially that Austin was able to make a solid Super Sitch and did pretty darn solid here. Actually, he wanted to quote Jacob with some really strong highlights here for making some really strong players here, and he was very happy with his pitch. No, like, just saying, like, now someone who really surprised me, Jacobrmiller had his highlights. Very active, very positive, along with giving his inputs on our overall strategy.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And I really, when I threw the idea out for this tournament, I didn't expect it to become what it did.
Mm-hmm.
And I fell in love with the format. I fell in love with my teammates, and even though we lost this one, Alex, you're included in this too.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful for a return.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and I'd like to shout out Figure Farter. AA Ron hit very well to none of our expectations. We had Moose coming in at the last day and making all his players. A little stressful, but he did it. And of course we have Kato, last minute replacement. Wasn't supposed to be on the team, but he came in as a last minute replacement, I think, on day 3 of the tournament. So yeah, and of course Benji. Ben was good, and Stinky was a great job captaining, very attentive. Making sure everyone's doing what they're supposed to do.
And a huge shout out to Zero Gibson as well for originating this form of content with the first World Series.
Yeah, shout out to Dish for taking it on the mantle a little bit in that tournament for commentating. I'm really showing how like this commentation could be done. And yeah, I think that's about all the shout outs I can give. I would like to thank Dish for outing everyone, for pinging everyone for this tournament. I think it really helped get it rolling.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank all the members of both teams, especially for their patience.
Yeah.
We know these games took a little bit longer than expected to come out, and this is more me speaking to a community of people as a editor and commentator on the panel. We know these took a little longer to come out, but we appreciate everyone's support and patience in the matter. And it has been an honor to commentate alongside my two commentator friends, Cam and Alex.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. And as someone that has, I've played this game forever, right? I didn't know, to what levels you could really stretch this game here. For those of you that know me from my podcast, where we use Power Pros for a lot of things, that's how I got involved with the community. But I had no idea what I was getting myself into when I did this. But I am so happy that I did, because getting to learn, truly how to optimize this game was fun. Working with an incredible community has been fun. And I'm glad that I could, take my own expertise with broadcasting and implement it here for this honestly really cool project. Success mode was always something that I personally loved here. I love season mode for being able to do fun stuff. I liked life mode for just how wacky it was. Success mode will always have a place in my heart. And so getting to do a tournament that was based all around success mode and learning how to optimize it like that was honestly an incredible experience. I have to say thank you to, obviously, my two wonderful co-hosts here of this World Series here. Also for helping me learn how to do a lot of this. Because I come with a background from real baseball, not so much from this. So being able to really show me the ropes on this has been absolutely incredible, and having a team that was very well workable with, and it was very nice to work with, I should say. So again, thank you to all that, and also just because I want to shout out, thank you to Dish as well. I'm coming for the mantle of best broadcaster on the channel. No, I just wanted to make a little joke there, but no. Anyway, with that being said, here, yeah, this series was so much fun.
As the quote goes, forever a student.
And if you want to join us, you can join MLB Pure World, the Discord. The forum don't really use that much anymore. You can also join the Reddit. The Reddit has people. That's how we got Little X Pepe, by the way.
And we also have a Discord for this tournament, where you can find out more news about it. If we do another one,
yeah,
that will probably be the first place you can hear about it. And without further ado, thank you for watching the Power Pros Entertainment Network. This has been Jacob.
Yeah.
I've been Alex.
And thank you so much for watching.